Top stories at the Sawa. Zuma denies any political agenda in Limpopo and former dissident Czech president has died. Good afternoon. With the news at 3 o'clock, I'm Lulu Gabu. President Jacob Zuma has rejected suggestions that the national government's move to place 5 Limpopo departments under administration is politically motivated. In an exclusive interview with SABC News, Zuma says the intervention was prompted by requests for financial assistance made by the Limpopo administration. Some, including Limpopo Premier Castle Matale, have alleged the intervention had been politically motivated. There have also been questions as to why provinces like KwaZulu-Natal, which have faced similar financial and administrative problems, have not been placed under administration. Zuma has denied that there is a sinister political agenda at play.
There are provinces who had a kind of a similar situation, but on their own took the corrective decisions and whatever help. It was help coming to people who were themselves cutting many other expenditures in order to save. Limpopo was not doing so. Limpopo was saying, we ran out of money, please help us to pay the civil servants until the next financial year. That's a different situation. For them not to be able to pay their workers is not political. That their action to ask for the money from the national is not political. For the national, therefore, to respond cannot be described as political.
Newly appointed Limpopo ANC chairperson Castle Matale says the provincial elective conference is not about determining who will be elected president of the ANC when it holds its national conference in Mangaung next year. Analysts say Matale's win will bolster the political career of his ally, suspended ANC Youth League president Julius Malema, who allegedly wants Deputy President Kgalema Motlanthe to replace President Jacob Zuma. Supporters of Matale have described their victory as the beginning of their campaign for Motlanthe to take over the reins. Matale beat Arts Deputy Minister Joe Phaahla by 82 votes. Matale says the elective conference is not the right forum for debating national succession.
This is a provincial conference of the ANC in Limpopo. This is not Mangaung. This has got nothing to do with national elections within the ANC. So we can't open something which is not relevant. So, here we are in Limpopo, we are dealing with our own internal provincial dynamics.
Police say an ANC staff member who assaulted a newspaper journalist in Polokwane has been arrested and is expected to appear in court tomorrow. The suspect was accompanied by his lawyer when he handed himself over to the police. The suspect assaulted the journalist for taking pictures of a shop in town. The journalist and others took an interest in the shop after a tip-off that unlawful activities were taking place there. People were allegedly printing name tags for bogus conference delegates attending the ANC 7th Provincial Elective Conference at the University of Limpopo. The new leadership for the Pan-Africanist movement, the PAM, has been announced at the party's second national conference at Ginsberg near King Williamstown in the Eastern Cape. 63-year-old Mandla Masego from Gauteng has been elected as president. He takes over from acting President Philemon Tefu, who was not available for election. Masego says he is faced with the challenge to further develop the party.
What we are looking at is to try and make our membership attractive to the ordinary people. People must be attracted by membership of PAM and actually go out of their way to seek a PAM membership, which is something that we will be working on and which is something that we believe is achievable. And over and above that, it would be to try and spread the presence of PAM throughout the country, throughout Tanzania.
The Pan-Africanist movement was formed after breaking away from the PAC. Its first president was Thami Kaplaki before he defected to the ANC. The Land Claims Court has described the passing of Judge Fikile Bam as a great loss to the country. The 74-year-old died at Johannesburg's Millpark Hospital this morning. He'd been serving as president of the court since January 1996. Court manager Zoleka Sondlo.
The whole staff, including the judges of the court, are so saddened by the death of Judge. We always called him Brafix. He was such a great man, a man of honor, a loving man, a very kind man. He was a father to all of us, more than he is being a judge, but he was such a warm person to all of us. We are so sad.
And finally, further afield, former Czech President Václav Havel has died at the age of 75 after a long illness. Havel came to international fame as a dissident playwright in the 1970s. He directed the peaceful uprising known as the Velvet Revolution, which ended Soviet-style communism in Czechoslovakia in 1989. The BBC's William Hoxley reports.
Václav Havel was the hero of the Velvet Revolution. His moral authority as a leading dissident and playwright made him the people's choice as president, a post of prestige but little power, for the next 13 years. And he embodied the will of all the nations of the region to rejoin the European family through NATO and the European Union. But he failed to stop Czechoslovakia from splitting in two in 1993, and his image suffered when he fell out with the political leaders of the new era. He was twice more elected president of the Czech Republic, but his popularity fell sharply before he left office in 2003, and he was weakened by a long fight against lung cancer.